So I thought I would do a video here explaining their update and also news that was shared from the webinar. That's I think it's really good news, guys. It basically gives us a timeline for when things will be back on track here with the earnings and such, which is 1 to 2 weeks. What I did was I put together this page here, and you have to be on my team to access this page. So if you're not on my team, sorry about that. Go to the person above you, the person you joined in Traiex, and then ask them, I guess, for information, right? So for the team, I've got this here, which is a recording of the webinar. You can go, it's in Russian, of course, but you can go and you can translate into English. So you just go to, I think it's this guy here, auto translate, pick your language. There's English, and then you can see it's translated into English, right? Okay, and then, you just go through and you can watch it if you want. And then basically the reason why I would show you how to do that and record it for you and put it on here for you and stuff is so that these talking points here, you can actually verify like, okay, what they're saying is true type thing. And then there's all this information here. So I'm not really going to go over this information in the video just because it's all the same thing. Basically, it's all just verifying what is said in here in this update. That's basically what I'm going to focus on in this video here is the update. And then the big news from the webinar today was he actually said like 1 to 2 weeks, they'll have everything completed. What they're doing is they're actually being their own liquidity provider. So they're working with 2 other liquidity providers. One of the liquidity providers dropped them. So yeah, if you're on my team, just go through this page, guys. Like it's from the 12th all the way to today, all the information about everything type thing. Okay. Yeah. We're going to shoot on over and we'll go to, actually, let's cover about liquidity provider and such, because a lot of people, they might not understand that. They'll be like, yeah, why would the bots just stop trading all of a sudden type thing? Okay. So I want to explain liquidity provider, and that if there's no liquidity providers, or not enough, I should say, because they have 2 of them going right now. And that's why you can see like the charts are moving and stuff like that. But if they don't have any liquidity providers, then they can't trade. Okay. So because of the news and stuff that the company put out, the S Group company, the mothership of Traiex, one of their liquidity providers actually decided not to work with them. That's what I heard. Okay, it's not official news from the company. That's just what I heard. This video is public, so if it is incorrect or whatever, then I guess we'll find out in the future type thing. Okay, that's just what I heard there. Okay, so think of it this way. Okay, you can see these numbers here slowly, moving around on the screen there. It's on the 15-minute chart. If we drop down to the 1-minute chart, it moves a little bit more quick. You can see because it's just 1-minute candles and such. Okay, like if I was to leave for here for 5 minutes, you'd see price action move around, right? Okay, so if there was, for the Traiex exchange, if there was no liquidity providers, you wouldn't see any action moving. Okay, so I want to give you an example here of what it looks like if there's not enough liquidity traded. There you go. Okay, so from here. Okay, so you've got just in this one day, the 17th down there. Okay, you've got 1, 2, 3. Like they could do a buy and sell there, and that would move the market. But you can see here the price action. Okay, the buyers of USDT, right? No, sorry, the sellers of USDT over here. Okay, this guy's per each of these coins, he's asking 0.01331. Okay, this guy over here who's selling the SWCT, he wants to sell for 0.015548. So you can see that the different price. So that different price there, meaning that no one's buying it, on an hourly candle, just goes straight across like that, meaning there's nothing happening for three hours straight there, and then all of a sudden someone decided to buy. This buy here, guys, this could be like $50 USDT, but it moved that much because there's hardly any liquidity in this pair. Okay, so imagine if we're using the trading bots and that was to happen. It'd mean that like one day you're making 0.5, and then the next day, say you have a good day the next day and there's a lot of liquidity, and you'd make 0.80 or 0.90 or something like that because the bot can actually trade. Okay. So without enough liquidity, the bot cannot trade. Okay. So what Traiex is going to do is they feel that they could actually be their own liquidity provider. So they would be one of the 3 liquidity providers for this. You can see here, if you just go to the minute chart there, you can see things kind of moving around. But when all the bots are trading and stuff, this thing's really, really moving around, these numbers over here. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out just so that you guys could understand about the buying and selling. And if there's not enough action going on, then like, how do you expect the bots to even work? Right? Kind of thing. Like they have to work on their end as well. Okay. And if I guess the company felt, okay, there's not enough liquidity, the profits are not going to be that good, or maybe the bot might get in a situation where it can't sell and it feels it's at risk and it wants to sell, but it can't. And then it takes a loss. So that's why they turn things off, guys. And I shouldn't say sadly, they might be turned off for another week or 2 weeks, because I personally, like, knowing this information, I wouldn't want my bot turned on if it's going to maybe get in a situation where, like it could get in a situation here. We'll go to a 15-minute chart. It could get in a situation here where it goes and it places a buy here and it can't actually sell out of the market. So it's holding that buy, it's bought. And then all of a sudden down here, it's available to sell again. And then it's blown through, like, I don't know how much it would blow through with that, but we're seeing the average loss in a trade and the average gain in a trade on a $1,500 trade is like $1.50, $2, $3 type thing. And this would destroy your account if it did that 5 times in the day type thing like that. Yeah, we're going to shoot back on over here. We're going to go to the next news here, which I'll have to go over to my paper over here. And we'll open this up, open up in Telegram. So here's the news here, okay, that the company's put out. So the company put this out today, February 18th. I don't know why I said April there. And we're just going to go through all this stuff here. It's pretty simple. If you just simply look in your account, you can see exactly that they've made some changes here. Okay. So before, this used to be this part of the website there. It used to show you like when you purchased the bot and then when the bot, basically this over here. So this here, I should have said that. This over here used to be over here. Now we've got a profit balance. So from a promotional standpoint of you guys, this looks freaking awesome, because think of it. When, say, for instance, I get this account to $20,000 or so, and it's making, 5,000, building up to 5,000 over 3 weeks, because that's basically how much I had trading time here. It's about 3 weeks. Me starting at $100 and building up to 5,000 here, it made like $709 USDT in 3 weeks, right? That's incredible, because if we go over here and look, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of zeros. That's including today and yesterday. I didn't bother making a video yesterday, guys, because I planned on just making this long video for you. And we already know, like, it's a 0 today, it's a 0 tomorrow, it's a 0 most likely for the next week, I'll say. You're going to just see zeros in the videos. So yeah, I was going to make a video every single day, but then I just started thinking, like, that's kind of pointless. Like, if we know they're saying 1 to 2 weeks, then there's no point me sitting here making a video just saying, hey, look, I earned a 0 again, or I didn't earn type thing. And, just when I get news or whatever, then I'll put it out type thing, or, like I update this page daily. So I guess I could just go over that. Sorry to the people that are not on my team. You can't have access to this page. That's one of my team bonuses, is that you get like actual real support from me every single day. I put the news right in front of you. There's a place to see it. This page right here, right? Like there's the 18th, 17th, we didn't get that much news. 16th, we didn't get that much news. The 15th, we got, a bunch of news there. And then the 14th, we got the most amount of news, because that was the day, I think, or 2 days after the big announcement was made there. About the trading bots actually shutting down, because I think they shut down on the 12th. Yeah, so you can see there the 12th was the first day there. Or no, it was the 11th they shut down. So we'll go over the rest of this. So you got this new balance here, which I like that. I think that's really, really good. All this is the same. Okay, so what I've noticed here is seeing, okay, this is one thing I do not know, is it trading off this balance as well, right? because if we come over here, you can see when I click withdrawal, I can see that my withdrawable balance is this balance here. So here's something else that we need to go over is if you came through and you watched my presentation video, if you were to make a new deposit when the trading bot opens back up and stuff, it's exactly how I've laid it out in that video. Like you can withdraw 100% of your account at any time as long as it's not in a trade. You can withdraw whatever you see in there, 100% of it, right? So the big change they had to make here, because they are providing their, they're being like their own liquidity provider for this, is that any old deposits, you can't withdraw them until they've built up their liquidity. And from a business point of view, guys, I totally agree with that. We don't know how long that's going to take. It might take 3 months. It might take 6 months. I don't know. All of my content going into this was like, use disposable income. Don't use money you need at the end of the month. And I think that message basically played out perfectly here because, like this is a new thing. And within the first, well, I shouldn't say within the first month of my results, we had the issue here, but within the first 3 months, they hit an issue because there was people testing this out 3 months ago. And then the company tested it out for like basically pretty much a year, right? So yeah, so you can see there, you can withdraw your earnings balance. If you have a new deposit coming in, like once you see the trading happen again, and then you decide to put a new deposit in there, you can withdraw 100% of that deposit. Just for now, they have to, basically they have to keep the funds in here to build things up. And because of that, here's some news that I don't know is true 100% yet. I asked about it. I haven't got an answer yet because I just asked about it like an hour ago. Okay. But I think, so you can see there, okay, Sergi, that's the top leader in the system. And basically here, he's saying the first thing they're going to work on is just getting the bots going again, getting the exchange going again, all that kind of stuff, blah, 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 blah. Here's some talk about Forex Broker that has nothing to do with the Traiex system there. That's with their mothership, right? Okay, and then he said here, so this has to deal with the Traiex exchange, okay, is that the first thing they need to do, have done is the technical issues, which they've already started to do that. You can see in the back office here, like things are different now, okay? And then legal issues. So that's why in this group here, we're kind of chatting on like, what are these legal issues? And then we came to the conclusion like, oh, you just can't say, hey, we're locking up your funds, right? So they're going to have to do something with that. They're going to have to like, you'll have to agree to terms and conditions. Your funds are basically locked in here for 3 months or something. I don't know what they're going to do, guys. So I just wanted to put this information out just to show the back office and stuff here. Okay. So you can see here now, if we were to go to my old video, we'll go to the last video there that I did. This is a 0-day earning one. And you can see I've got $5,132 there. Okay. Obviously this balance here is bigger than, and this was 2 days ago, than what I've got here now because they've got these balances split up. Okay. So we'll just look at this and I'll show you how to look into things. So you got that plus this guy over here. Okay. And then you've got one more other balance that you can look at. Okay. So 531. So you guys can see there what I did because that's going to be a thing. People that are just, they're not really thinking fully 100% about things. And they're going to be, oh, why is my balance less kind of thing, right? It's because they've split things up here. They've given you, like this is your withdrawable balance on your old deposits, right? And if you're to click withdrawal, you see that's that balance right there, okay? So here's something I do not know is this balance earning, right? Because before our profits would earn as well. Like they're just in our trading account type thing. So are these profits earning in our, like, am I earning off $5,130 or am I now earning off, the $4,422? And it would be actually 30% of that because 30% of that, this balance here, or is it this balance here, all of these added together, is that the 30% now? So those are all things we'll have to figure out, guys. So, there might be so many questions here that you have. And it's just like, I don't know the answers to that because it's just personally with me, it's like, let's just wait and see what happens. here, right? And those are things like, who really cares? Like, if you want to go and, earn off this balance as well, and you're like, yeah, I don't want to withdraw it, and say all your earnings do go over here, you could just be like, the end of every 24 hours or whatever, you just click on withdrawal. You withdraw 100% of that balance there. It's going to move into your spot balance. Okay. It'll move into your spot balance. And then you can put your spot balance. This is your spot balance up here. You can put your spot balance into your trading account. So there's no like, oh, that sucks or whatever, because it's just no, like, you want to trade on 100%. And that is the case. If it is, then you're just moving it over manually every 24 hours or so, or whenever you want. You do it like 3 times throughout the day if you wanted to, kind of thing, right? Okay. So that's that. Next thing here, we'll go back, we'll go to the group, and we'll just look at that update there. So this is the one here. Okay, so blah, 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 blah. Deposit balance displays the total amount of deposit. Okay, you have funded to trade on the bot. Okay, profit balance displays the amount of profit generated on the trading bot. So this is what I was just talking about here is, does this profit balance earn anymore? Because it is in a different balance, it says there, right? So we'll have to see when things get going here. I'm sure someone will be like calculating things and they'll figure out like, oh yeah, my profit balance still earns, or is the profit automatically just going into that balance after every trade? Who knows, type thing. Okay. So withdrawal details. This is for the old deposits. Okay. This is not for the new deposits. The new deposits, nothing has changed. Like, you can just go in there, withdraw 100%, whatever type thing. Okay. This is just for your old deposits. And as it says on the last thing here, is that it's just like, this is not a forever thing. This is just until they've built up their liquidity, and then you can go and withdraw your deposit, or like most people are just going to leave their deposit in there, right? Because it's earning for them type thing. Okay. So for all deposits that were active in trading with the AI bot at the time of the update, withdrawals from the deposit balance are temporarily restricted. Withdrawals from the profit balance are not limited. Okay. So we already talked about that. Okay. And then new deposit withdrawals. So this is just saying here that, like, if you make a new deposit in here, it's the same as like the original plan for this. So that hasn't changed, which is good, because most times when a company goes and they run into their first issue, they just go and they change everything. And then your new deposits are working like your old deposits, and it's just like, oh, this is not what I signed up for, type thing, right? So it's good that they've, they had their first, I'd say like big issue here, or issue type thing, where they had to like stop everything and fix things, or, settle things, I should say. And they're still sticking with like, this is the original, how we started things. So like anything new coming in is like this, but anything old, and the reason why is because we have to build up that liquidity, stays how it, with this plan here that they're bringing out. Okay. So if you have a negative, okay, so this is important here. Okay. So if you have a negative profit balance, this minus will be deducted from your deposit balance when withdrawing funds. Okay. So if there ever was a minus day, which I have never seen one, but there has been members, guys, that have their bot set to high risk that have, a minus day, and a minus day looks like a profit day. Like it's like 0.70 or 0.60 or 0.50 or something like that. That's what a minus day looks like. So it's not like the end of the world type thing. But yeah, they're just saying a minus day, the balance would be deducted from your actual deposit balance, because that's like what your trading account is, right? Okay. It's not going to be deducted from your profit balance. Okay. Whew. Okay. So, and then this is the same as before. If you have less than $100 remaining in your deposit balance, the trading bot, like, it won't be able to continue trading. So they're saying that because if someone was to have the minimum deposit here of $100 and they had a day of loss, like a lost day, like their trading account went below $100, when I opened up my account here and I only had $102 in it, my account went down to like 99 point something. I noticed when I logged in once, and it did go back up to, I think it was like 103 or something, or 104 on the day number 2. So let's shoot back here, and we talked about that, the withdrawal transaction. Okay, so this is just news here that, it's the same as before, is that the withdrawal transactions are 72 hours. Okay, so if I was to go and hit withdrawal here and withdraw some funds to my spot balance, which my spot balance is here, okay, and that's the balance that I'd actually withdraw out of Traiex from, that can take up to 72 hours. But just go into things thinking and expecting, okay, things will take roughly, 72 hours. Like, think about things that way, right? So think of this. If you're moving a withdrawal balance to your spot balance, that could take 72 hours. If you're moving your spot balance to an external wallet, like say your Binance account or your ShakePay account to send to your bank or something, that could take 72 hours. So if you're doing a withdrawal in here, then you would want to make a process of your withdrawals and not just be like, okay, I'm going to do a withdrawal on the 23rd, but on the 24th, you need to pay your bills or something. Like, you don't want to be like that, right? This thing here, guys, like I'm telling you right now, when I go and I click the, careers or rewards withdrawal, like sometimes it takes 10 hours just to move that balance over. And then say I want to go and move that balance into my trading account, right? Like things take time in here. So always give yourself enough time to move things around, especially if they're going through a time like they're going through now, like I know that these transactions here, even though I did them on the 11th, this one's on the 8th, okay, the 11th and the 8th, I might not get these into my spot balance because I know they're working on things. I might not get them till a week or two later type thing, right? So, if they're working on things and you see an announcement like that things are going to take longer or withdrawals are slow or whatever, just kind of accept it. It's like, okay, they're working on it type thing. Don't go and, complain about things or whatever type thing like that. Or the last thing, stay tuned for important updates. So the next updates are coming out on Saturday. Okay. So Saturday, they might actually have like a day when this thing's going to get going, but I would just think 1 to 2 weeks roughly type thing, okay, for your bot to start going. So that's basically it for the news, guys. I just wanted to go over about the exchange, about that they're going to basically, looks like they're going to be their own liquidity provider, or one of them, right? One of the 3 of them. And the reason why they had to turn off the trading bots from, what I could see of things and from the chat there, the company hasn't said in why, right? If you go here, you can see all the company's information that they're putting out. Traiex announcements. They never said why the trading. I don't even think they announced the trading bots are turned off, right? So, but anyways, through figuring things out, through talking to other leaders and stuff, and just through following what the owner of the company is saying, what the top leader Sergi is saying about the company, we figured that stuff out, that they're having problems with one of their liquidity providers, or like agreement couldn't be made or something like that. So they need to be an actual liquidity provider for Traiex. And if you don't have enough liquidity to trade on, I gave you guys the example of this stuff here, like nothing can happen, right? If they're too far apart, like imagine, getting an entry, like this is what it'd be like think of this, okay, this price, okay, this is the price that this guy wants to sell his USDT for. That's confusing for me. Would be, buy SWCT for, would be 3 down here somewhere, right there. Okay. That's the guy, he wants to buy SWCT. This is the guy that wants to sell SWCT. He wants to sell the next guy, right? I should have just said this at the start. He wants to sell up here. Okay. He wants to sell this guy down here. This guy wants to sell to him, but up here. No one wants to sell at that price, right? So like the trading bot wouldn't work if that's the case there, okay? And yes, of course, in here, if you're to look at it, it's definitely like there's, enough liquidity to trade in there. But if there's 2,000 trading bots trading on this, then it might actually have that kind of problem, guys, where we're not getting the price of the actual price of the market at the moment type thing, okay? So yeah, I'm sure that if you know a little bit about trading, you understand about liquidity, and you understand that if there's no liquidity, there's nothing really that you can't even you can't buy or you can't sell kind of thing. You need someone that's willing to sell to you, and you need someone that's willing to buy off you when you want to sell, right? So that's it for this video. I know it was super, super long. Just wanted to go over all that. And just remember, if you're on my team, or, you know, as I said, if you're in this group here, the team group, you can message me, ask me for the link to this page. I'll send it to you. Do not share the link to this page. Okay, I made this strictly for my team, guys, so don't share the link to it. Everyone that's gotten it so far, I don't think anyone shared it, so it's pretty awesome. And yeah, all the information's there. It's tomorrow there'll be more information. There probably won't be too much more information coming out until next Saturday, just because the company's putting out more information next Saturday. And as you can see here, like a whole bunch of information came out the first couple, 3-4 days. And then these last 2 days, like hardly anything there. I was like kind of scrambling to find, okay, what can I share with people this day and stuff. And then the company put out information. They had a webinar, questions were asked, and then we got some nice content there. Okay. So, you know, after the 18th, I wouldn't really expect that much more information until this day here, until the 22nd. He said most likely he's going to do his next webinar on the 22nd. And, we know Vadim, it could be the 23rd or 24th. Who knows kind of thing. But he said the 22nd, he'll do his next one there. Okay. So that's it. See you guys. Bye-bye.